All right. Sorry for a little bit hiccup on the technical. We moved some change. Anyway, let me start now. Let me drop a link into the group and then we can start in right a second. Give me a second. All right. Hey man. Hello everyone. Hey PC man. Hey Lowlander. Yeah, we have some family face. Hey Anton. Hey Gaurav. Hello. All right, let me turn off the music on this one and we can start on now. All right, so it's good to see everyone again. Oh wait, hey, thanks for that. How about now? Is it better now? Can you hear me? All right, good. Okay, so let me share my screen and then we can start for today. Thank you for waiting. Actually, a little hiccup because of the technical side. So I share my screen again already. This one. I will share one more time on Discord. Screen share, make selection. It will ask me. I will share this window. So I think everyone should see my screen already. Hopefully not so laggy. And I will share another screen on this one as well. All right. So thanks for coming. So for today, we having a few more item on this. I will talk a bit on the. Oh, I think I should need to change this one. So this is office hour number 8. So we are already a month already. Where are we in terms of like functionality and feature? So we are here. We are in a multi-agent system, and we are in the middle of the system integration test, where you can see that we already passed our dev environment, and then we start to do the testing. And is it so lagging for everyone, or how is it? Is the voice okay? Let me plug this one in. All right, okay. I hope that everything is all right. Maybe I will turn off the smoother for everyone. So continue. So multi-agent system. So we have done the testing, and today I'm also would like to share with everyone about a sneak peek about what we have built so far. Upcoming week is still in the SAT, but we also would like to bring the UAT ahead a bit. So we will deploy the agent into the Discord so that you can use the research multi-agent system, and then while we continuing to bug fixing and so on, you can test it and give us some earlier feedback. And the official user acceptance test will start from 8th of July, and we hopefully that we end up everything until 21 of July. Okay. Hey, bro. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So this is kind of like a big achievement to us. We have been with Intel Labs Ops team for quite a while. I met the guy in Stanford last year. We was in a hackathon, and the guy was doing kinds of like sponsorship there. And I was telling them about AgenticFlow. At that point, it was really bare bone, but they find interesting. So that's why they work together with us. We do a few projects together with them on their Intel Gaudi 3 GPU. This is very powerful GPU actually, but it's very hard to work with because Intel is kind of like an underdog that not really supported by wider community and so on. So we are kind of like rare team that definitely working with them. So they value that, and they help us. They give us a lot of cloud credit to run our model and so on. So that is really helpful. And one of the blog posts is kind of like the visibility that they give to us as well, so that more people will know about AgenticFlow. Yeah, thanks a lot, Lowlander. So that is some achievement that we have. This week we also having very good news on the enterprise side and so on as well. So we are quite recognized by some of the local enterprise and so on. So it's good. But yeah, anyway, AgenticFlow SaaS version and enterprise version is actually going hand in hand. So the more that we can push further on the SaaS version, then we can distill that version into enterprise version, and it's just like create a funnel for us that we can have and learn more. And actually, it keeps us motivating to build the AgenticFlow further as well. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Dale Yemi, and glad you are in. Okay. All right. So let's talk about multi-agent system. So this is something that I would like to share with you guys today. It's like a sneak peek, but I would like to start with something very basic. Oh, hey Jim. Hey, I saw Jim in the YouTube. So we are most of the people is in Discord, but you're on YouTube. But that's fine. You can either join us in Discord or continue in YouTube. I will answer your question in there as well. Good to see you, Jim. And I will continue. Okay, so the multi-agent system. So we decide that multi-agent system is really big and huge concept, and we decide that we need to make it something useful for you. So we decide that the first multi-agent system example is multi-agent agent research system. So the multi-agent system can build anything, a team of agents, but we decide to pick this one because of some reason. First, the research task itself. The research task is kind of open-end. And kind of like you have to decide next step based on the result that you receive from the previous step. So this is really time consuming, and but it's really valuable and expensive. If it can be run by either like deep research model from OpenAI and so on. But sometimes deep research is designed to general research. It's not able to do the thing that you want it to do. It cannot focusing on the directory that you want it to do. So with the multi-agent research system, we hope that we give you a deep research version that you can customize every piece of it so that it can really like follow your task more clearly. And one of the more item is it will increasing the most benefit from parallel agent. So a research from Anthropic, I think if you joined our last week, you will see that the multi-agent system will can have the up to 90% of faster throughput parallelism on this one. So we choose multi-agent system for research because it can actually helpful to using this a lot. But just for example, so you have a research that of 100 companies. And instead of like you have a sequence, then you can like maybe 1,000 seconds to finish all of them. But if you are doing the 10 agent at 10, so you can have research is 100 seconds. So that's pretty much it. This is how is the idea of multi-agent research system is going to help you. And so we implement that already. So in this demo, we will have 3 agents: the supervisor, the research instruction agent, and also the researcher. And the researcher is the one that actually doing the job. The supervisor is the one that going to interacting with you, and in order to do some of the work. And the instruction agent is the one that think what should be done in terms of research. So let me give you an example. So this is an example that I chat in Discord already. If you go into the Discord, you will see that my chat log in the AgenticFlow channel. Actually, if you have the role of like visionary, you can mention Rachel, our agent, and then you give her a task, and Rachel will start to do this. So I will do it now first by explaining, and then later I will open Discord, and yeah, we can do it together. So I'm Sean. I'm going to ask our agent, which is the supervisor, research about AgenticFlow and PixelML. And in here, Rachel is going to gathering some info of the background of Agentic to understand the topic better in here, defining the scope of research. And I'm answering to to Rachel about that. And I'm telling Rachel, okay, Agentic AI. And Rachel is going to do the first task, which is to do the web search and define the scope of the search. So all of this information is actually defined in the prompt of Rachel. And this is what Rachel does. So run workflow web search, and she input the agentic AI, and she gather some information background, and she will create a brief. So she will create a research brief, and then structure to using a research instruction agent in order to do another task. So this kind of activity is kind of like delegating into an agent that specialize in order to create a plan for the researcher. And this activity is kind of like a handoff on this one. Okay. And after the researcher is done, it's going to run into the research instruction agent. So I will go to the research instruction agent. So research instruction agent is actually this step. So what they come back with. So they will come back with some of the plan, like create research report structure for agentic. So you can see that is an input where the supervisor enter, and then the report structure in an application is already returned. Then it will start to research for the X section. So X section is going to delegate to the researcher, and not only one instance of researcher, but multiple instance of researcher to research different area. It can be an overview, it can be a definition, it can be the concept, it can be mechanism, it can be benefit, or it can be example. So just example, like you having only one request, but the researcher instruction agent is kind of like smart enough to break it down into multiple steps, and then assign these tasks to the other agent that can do all of this research, and finally compose to the final report that including all of this one. Okay. Yeah. Thank Jim. Yeah. Welcome to Discord. Yeah, and you can see here. So after a series of tool call, we can call the Asian researcher multiple times, and we can see the status, and it has been complete. Everything in here is running in the background, so you can either like left the task is okay as well. And at the final, it will compose the research report for Agentic AI, and it composes a full report. So as you can see, we mimic the deep research with a multi-agent system that capable of doing deep research in details. And more interesting thing is you can modify every part of this system, the prompt, the tool that they use. And just imagine that if you can make a multi-agent research system, then you can have a multi-agent lead enrichment system. You can do a multi-agent customer support system. It's just swapping the concept and how you chain them together. Yeah, so we would like to make the multi-agent research agent is an example, but the possibility is unlimited. Yeah. So allow me to turn on my aircon. I'm feeling so hot now. It is really hot in Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, Lorna, I like that you like that. So let me show you how is it working in the backend in terms of like supervisor view and researcher view. But I think let's do it live together and see how the multi-agent system is reacting to this one. Okay, so I'm going to open my Discord. And I'm going to change the stream sharing from my website into Discord. And okay, you should see my Discord now. And I'm going to switch on YouTube as well, so that people on YouTube can also see me. Start sharing again. Windows, and where is Discord? Okay, Discord. Okay, should be okay. So on Discord side, if you go into the AgenticFlow general, and you see that there's some chat log in here, and you see this is the task I just mentioned, Rachel, and then I can ask a question, and then the Rachel is going to uh, execute serial action. So let me do it live one more time. I will mention Rachel, and I say, yeah, I will tell Rachel, help me to research about multi-agent system and how is it going to helpful for creating an agentic AI system. Okay. Okay. So I just give a task, and as you can see, Rachel is acknowledge the task immediately, and she will reply. And she will reply on this one. And what she going to do is she will research a multi-agent system. She will create run workflow website, and she will asking research instruction agent to do a few things. And you can see in here that okay, I need to drag this one on the right. And this task has been completed. And the first section is introduction to multi-agent system. And this is the first section, and we will delegating this to researcher, and we tell the researcher, hey, go out there and research about introduction to multi-agent system, and researcher is going to do that. So right now the UI in here it is in sequencing, but we will make it running in parallel as well. So later on, when you see it in production toward the end of this month, you will see that after the research have been done, it will actually throw out, and all of them is going to be running in parallel, and they can be 10 agent or 20, depends on how much token that you have. Manager agent, owner agent. Yeah, so you can, so just imagine like this. You can equip the sub agent as a subordinate of the agent, and then you just need to create one, and then the manager agent can decide how many instance of that agent that it needed to run in parallel. So you still need to define the sub agent in advance in order to scope the work that it needs to be done. But when it scale from 1 to 10, then the manager will decide themselves. Yeah, as you can see in here, the agent is doing. Yeah, so you still need to define what is the team look like, right? So you have the manager, you have the one who planning and the one who executing, and the one who planning will have a tool to plan and using a very smart model because they need something that they plan properly. But the one that doing this research, they maybe just need web search, and they need a very cheap model that's very fast. Yeah, so it can be half on the loop on this one, but what we do is more than that because we build entire memory system that can be shared between the supervisor and also the sub. So the sub can either working on the same memory with the supervisor, or it have its own memory, depends on the case that you would like to have. And this is quite complicated to do. You can definitely you do it with workflow and loop, but it has a lot of limitation, and parallelism is one of the things. It cannot be done with the loop or workflow, or it make things super complicated. And I find that it is very costly to running workflow with the loop, and running with the agent and the memory system that we build is more sophisticated, I would say. Yeah, the agent is still continue. So this one it can continue to do the research until it find a breaking point. So right now because we are publishing the agent, so we bring this into Discord is also to make an example for you that you can publish the agent everywhere, including WhatsApp, Slack. Discord is first one, but when you are bringing that, so assuming that you're working with a customer and you're telling them that I'm going to deploy a Slack agent for you that doing research and doing different things, then actually you are binding their workspace with your workspace. So you actually sponsoring their cost out of your workspace. So that's mean the result of this one is going to be public, but you can also chat directly with the Rachel as well. So for example, you go in here and then you can chat. I think there is an option for you that you can, yeah, you can chat directly with the researcher. You can message researcher directly, and yeah, is there any front end UI mockup with you have with you? Just want to understand how it look like. Yeah. So I would say that I part, but yeah, I have to still find out. Yeah, let me see. Because we are still in cooking on the parallel part. So there's some of the part. Let me see if something that I can show. Hmm. No, unfortunately, I cannot have anything that is still finished because there is some like something that we are not planning to release as well. So I cannot show you my Figma, but just wait. I think a week from now, in office hour number 9, we should have the parallel already. And when you start to do the actual UAT, so this week is kind of like sneak peek, right? So we are bringing multi agent 1 week ahead so that you can experiment it now. But when we have the official UAT, then you will have the UI on the parallelism and so on. Will the honor researcher? Yeah, of course. So because this is multi-agent system, right? So you can define the role of each of the agent and how is it behaved. Okay, it's look like it's already finished. It's researching, and it's composing to very long research on the right here. Yeah. So yeah. So let me come back into the website, the UI, so that you can see how is what is in the backend. Okay. So this is how it is displayed on the Discord. But let me show you what is in the backend look like. Okay. Allow me to share my screen again on this part. Let me come back to my stage. Okay. Let me sweep the screen, change screen as a Windows. Yeah. Okay, add to this window. Okay, you should see my agent now. Let me switch on YouTube as well on top screen and put on YouTube. Oops, where is YouTube? Oh, okay. All right, so you will see that we have 3 agents: supervisor, the instruction, and the researcher. If you go into the supervisor, you click on edit agent like this. And what you can see in the chat history of this one, you will see that this is the chat log, that what it has been done inside. So if this one is mean on the web version, how is it look? So this is the research that you have. You taking incoming message, and then it will start to do research. It will call the first tool, and then it will trigger this agent, the research instruction agent, and it's assigned to do some work in here. And the guy is spending like 1,000 token in order to do the work that we want him to do. And then after that, he will the supervisor is actually going to start trigger the next agent, which is the run agent researcher. This guy is more expensive. This guy take 4,000 token in order to do this task. So it will like search for definition and so on. It also come up with a citation and source as well, and it will go on and on. Yeah, next step like 2, 2.1, yeah, 3, 4, 5, and until the variant. So this is the full of this one. So because this is on the web, so we have the full control on the UI and so on. So we can actually make it look a bit nicer on that. On the Discord is a bit like limitation, but I would like to publish that so that everyone can have the experience before we official release, so you can have that. So that is the supervisor. So let's switch into the other sub agent view. Then what do they see and what do they experience? So look at the researcher instruction agent. You can click on edit agent in this one, and then you go into the chat history, and then you can see that this is the request from the supervisor. Okay, so supervisor is asking me, which is me, the research, to create a research plan. As you can see, this one is much more comprehensive comparing to the text that we are sending to the agent in Discord, because the supervisor is already think about what is the best prompt to delegate to the sub agent, so that the sub agent is going to have. And if you look into on the left hand side, the sub agent has their own instruction what to do, and it can also have their own tool in order to handle, or even like it can have its own MCP. And remember, do you remember that we have the cap of the number of tools that the agent can do? Like only around 9 tools, and then the agent will be very, very bad already. Then with multi-agent system, you overcome that, because you can have a team of agent, each agent having a specialized skill into maybe 9 tools or something, and it's very, I mean, it's best at their job. Basically, that's like that. And you can see this one. So the supervisor is assigned a task to the planner, and the planner is, yeah, it can do a lot of like, it's kind of huge report. Actually, we don't really make a cap, and we can continue, right? So because we can just streaming the token, and if you notice that in the supervisor we are using Gemini, so it's have 1 million token. So the contact length of Gemini is very huge, and it can as long as needed. And yeah, so this is very, very huge. And because so the power of multi-agent system is that you are not only limited into 1 million, but you can have 1 million multiplied to number of agents that you have. So as long as that you can uploading the work to the sub agent, then you can actually having a very long contact length, and you only saving the result into the main thread of the manager, so that it can be running in parallel. And even so, we give you a flexibility, so you can decide whether the sub agent will work on their own or they work on the manager thread as well. Sometimes that we want our agent to work directly on the manager thread, so that we can reusing that in the context of the supervisor. But sometimes if this is a task like one off, like research and come back, then we better just firing the task, so that the sub agent will run by itself, and it will kill itself when it's done. And then the supervisor doesn't need to be waiting for them to come back, because when we enable parallelism, actually the manager will just don't need to wait for everyone to respond. They will can continue to discussion, and when things come back, it's going to be done. And we'll take a look on the researcher. So you also have the researcher. So the researcher is going to have a different scope. So you are a researcher responsible for complete specific section of report. And so you can see it's very specific. It will writing that specific section only. It will not complicated things. It will go down as long as needed. It can access to like some of the source that maybe the manager doesn't have. It can access to internal database, and so on and on. And you can see in here is going to be like, as you can see in here, so it will show, we will asking the agent to do different tasks in here. And you can see, so the task handover to the researcher is also very concrete, where it can only like one sentence, because the researcher is very specialized. It doesn't need to be knowing too much. It just know that I need to research the communication method, and I just come back with that, and I'm done. And similar like other, like this is architecture. Then you give me a task, just few words about the architecture. I give you about LangChain, Creo AI, then I'm done, and I'm just kill myself after that. Yes. So we don't have the vector database centralized because vector database is using for knowledge only. So every agent has its own vector database when you equip the knowledge. But when we say about the sharing the memory, it means that uh, the thread itself, like this one, is actually like the live memory of the agent. And then when the sub agent is finishing their task, they will write the result back to the manager. So if you go back into supervisor, you will see that this manager, they have the result. uh, yeah, you can see. So from manager view, they have the task from you. They will call, they will delegate to one agent, and they receive back the result. So this is the result. So the manager will know the result, and then they will iterate next on that. So they have the research brief, and then they will start to delegating to the researcher, and the researcher will do the work, and they will aggregate the result from the researcher, and so on and so on and so on. And then at the moment, the researcher, the supervisor have everything, and it can go next. So it's here is like the research task, but maybe in the customer support task, you can have the lead customer support going to talk to the customer, but maybe you have the invoice related question that going to have access to the invoice system. Maybe the OMS customer service will have the access to order management system. So those two guys maybe not needed to be one guy, and but they know from the supervisor, because the supervisor will assign tasks to them where it's necessary. Yeah. Yes, yes, correct, correct. So everyone is have their own tool and own scope and own system prompt. They will respect that instruction to them, and because you equip the supervisor with multiple sub agent, you can have the way to define when to trigger what agent as well in some certain condition. And yeah, it is up to you how you design your AI workforce. So the system is capable of a lot of things, but we choose multi-agent research system as an example, and we will continue to work with everyone to produce more template to make the power of multi-agent system really really helpful to everyone. Extracting data via LM, then define structure field and push it to a database like Google Sheet workflow, defining. Yeah. So that is okay. So that is the next thing. So I can answer that, and I can give you a workflow as well. But I will hold on for a second. Do you have any other question for multi-agent system? Uh, Yes, yes. So answer to Gaurav. So we have the separate builder. We call it workflow builder. It is totally different from this UI. So this UI is for single agent. For the UI for multi-agent builder, it is going to be totally different. We will keep the core like the system prompt and skill, but we will add infinite canvas so that you can visualize how each agent is here. You can link the edge between agent to agent, and you can decide like if the agent is going to hand off or not. Yeah, it's a infinite canvas. Yeah, just FYI, but we are still in cooking for that. So we hope that we can present that to you next week. Yeah, so I will answer next question. Uh, if you have a mess coding, yes, yeah, of course. I'm using Cloud Code. I love that a lot. So I would say, mm, we don't have environment. So the problem with Cloud Code or Gemini is it need an environment to do the coding. But interesting thing is you can hosting MCP as on your computer or maybe on a cloud computer, and then you equip that MCP to agent. So it means this agent will have ability to be called by someone on the cloud. So if you are able to make your cloud code expose as an MCP, so it means the supervisor can give a task to cloud code running on your computer, and then doing the work. And for the supervisor, it's just like interfacing with you. We will show each agent within the flow on the canvas operating. Animated GIF. I'm not sure about animated GIF, but we will have a canvas of like anti-org chart where you can see the supervisor here, and then this is the manager, and there will be an edge that link between them, and then you can drag the edge between the supervisor to the sub agent to indicate they are linked together, and it will prompt you to have a condition when to trigger that sub agent, and so on. And for the part about animated GIF, I'm not sure. Maybe Jim, you help me to elaborate. Uh yeah, we try to do that. We are trying to do that. Um, During debug mode. So what we are trying to do is we keep the preview and debug mode on the right. We move all the skill and system prompt on the left. We give a big space in the middle for the canvas. So we are trying to make the link and node going to reflect with the right hand side in here, so that it try kind of like indicate. But it's a lot of front end work to do on that. We aim to make it running fast, and we will continue optimize. But at the end, we will presenting the flow of the data, so that you can see what is the where went wrong. If there's a bug that running in some of the action or agent, you know it. That is the end vision. But to be honest, we are still bug fixing on the preview and debug and parallelism and so on. So maybe it's going to be less priority comparing to make the system running and work properly. Yeah. So let me scroll up a bit. I think there's a question uh, from 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 someone. From Oliver. So I need to go back to the question from Oliver. So let me do it very quickly. So if you go into our YouTube and you search let me go into our channel. If you go in here, you search for lead. Yeah, lead enrichment, and you click on this workflow. It will let you into a workflow that you can clone to your workspace. And if you click clone on this one, and it will open a workflow, and it will clone the way that we can enrich a company and do all of these steps. But what I would like to show you is the final step, which is how you can transforming the unstructured data into something that's structured. So you use Gemini, and Gemini having one option, which is response schema. So it's mean you can define exactly what you want with this one. And I think your Google Sheet will love this a lot. And you can use that with your MCP. Yeah, I hope this answer to your question. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so just I'll drop this link to you again in our Discord channel, and you can have a look. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to the question. What else that we have on the question? Yeah. So it can. So question from from James. So can research topic and enter into a spreadsheet? Absolutely. So given this one, so you can have a supervisor, and then you can add an MCP. For example, like MCP Google Sheet. Oh, I have a lot of MCP. Yeah, you can add some MCP Google Sheet to the agent, and then you can maybe just like add a single row. Yeah, just untick everyone and just having the add a single row in here and add. So it's mean when you save this one, the agent is have the ability to access your Google Sheet, and you need to prompt it in order to change the prompt a bit, so that when it reaching to the final, it will writing to your Google Sheet, or maybe creating a new Google Docs file, depends on your use case. Yeah. All right. What else? How can we start the MCP, the rise MCP? Yeah, so let me answer the question from Oliver first. How can we start the MCP? How the RISE MCP know what to do? So I think what you I think that is the very good question. So I suggest that you can watch one video about how we do like no, not this one. Mm, okay. For example, like this Pinterest. Okay, this is the easiest one. So this is video is a Pinterest MCP. So what is there is that I'm going to equip my MCP with Pinterest like this one. And let me bring it up a bit. So in here, actually what I'm doing is I equip my Pinterest through MCP to an agent. Yeah, let me speed up. Yeah, so I just paste the URL here and I click to it and I create a new agent and I add the MCP Pinterest to the agent and then save. So now I'm going to refresh and I'm asking the agent like, uh, can it can create a post to my Pinterest, and it say it does. Yeah, then it will call create pin, but it will have some of the part that we still need to work with the MCP because some of these action will require some of the parameter that we are not yet able to specify. So that's why we will for example, in Pinterest, you will see that they are asking for some information that we not yet create to the agent. So I go here, I go into the documentation of the Pinterest. Yeah, and I copy the documentation. Yeah, just copy it. And I paste that right back to my agent and give it example and tell it to fix itself. Okay, so it know what it needs to be done in order to create an MCP. And then I ask it just try to fix, and it actually trying to create a pin with this one. So this route is actually creating a better one, but it's still wrong because it's missing some of the key information like a board ID or something. So what I need to do is I just give it no, this one is it come up with a random image picture. There's no image exist. So I equip an AI image skill to the agent. So it now have the ability. I'm sorry, don't add. Skip. Okay, so it can create an image now, but now I need to add it to create a pin. So it will showing that an error because there is no board ID. So Pinterest is hiding this board ID. So I need to create a board so that I will copy the board ID and I come back to the agent and I tell to the agent. In this one, I'm showing everyone that how can I find the board ID. Yeah, like this one. And I just simply like paste back to the agent. I found about ID now, and then it will find a way to post the picture of the cat to my Pinterest account. So that is how you work with MCP, and then you equip the MCP as a tool to your agent. And when your agent is have the ability to do something like post to Pinterest already or do some work already, then you can equip that agent to a team that can do like social media posting, for example. Like you have a chief marketing officer agent that have the team of like other agent that can do one can do Pinterest, one can do LinkedIn, one can do Facebook page. So you can just assign that task for them, and each of themselves have already have enough information what to do to connect to different things, and you can build a team like that, and then you can just talk to the manager. Okay. Yeah, I will send this link to our group so that we can have a look. Okay. So next question: is there a way to give an agent a long-term memory so that it can really get to know what it needs and information? Okay, so that is very interesting. So what I'm thinking is currently we have the MCP layer that you can search for mem0. Oh, there's no mem0 in here. But if you search for mem0, MCP, yep. So mem0 is kind of like, is it this one? Yeah, I think this one. So mem0 is kind of an MCP that using for that kind of like long-term memory. So you can equip this memory to the agent and ask it to save to this one, and it will able to retrieve the information again. So this is kind of like open memory that you can equip to your agent. That's like an external workaround. Internally, we are developing the memory system that can share between the agent and their multi agent already, but we not yet make it a long term yet, because right now the purpose of um, the agent in AgenticFlow is for like external user to use. So it means if we would like to save the memory for like thousand of like end customer, we need to design the system in a different way. At the moment, we not yet support this level yet. We can have kinds of like shared memory, but cannot have a long-term memory per user section. Yeah. Yeah, so answer to your Jim, because MCP is really complicated. Sometimes that you cannot make it running well. So I would suggest that you can work MCP with an agent first, and then later, when you have the MCP already, then it's very simple. You can click on this one, and then you can use run MCP, and you can just select the connection, and then you can select an action. For example, like uh, insert yeah, like add a single row, and you can copy whatever the instruction that you are working with the other agent here, so that it will have all the information. It know what to compose the best message sending to the MCP so that it do the work. And when you want it to run like 100 times, then you transform that into an MCP action in a workflow to be run over and over again. Yes. uh, can you see Gmail archive action via MCP? You can double check. So I have a Gmail MCP in here. Maybe let me open. Let me create a new page. Gmail MCP, and I will create this agent. I will click on this. I will click on maybe Gmail. You can see that there's some like Gmail Composio. So Composio is kind of like different provider. So we have different MCP provider, and Composio is one of them. So in here they have some of the action. They can draft mail, delete message, fetch email, and get contact list draft, and so on. Check active connection, initiate connection, require parameter. So I don't think that it can archive action in this Gmail. But let me add another MCP, which is coming from Composio. Composio is having the update primary signature, or signature, send mail, remove label from mail, list email, file email, download attachment, create trap. Okay, archive mail. So you can use Composio archive email in this. So I will show you how you can create one MCP of Composio. You search for Gmail, because Pytrim is our default option. So you will see the Gmail here. You click add, and then you click on this button, Gmail account, and they will ask you to sign to your account. After sign, then you will have to connect to your Gmail. But after the connect, you just copy this URL. You go back into AgenticFlow, you paste here. and the name is Gmail, Sean. Today is July 1, and this one is Patrick. And you add MCP server, and that should be okay. It's shown here, and then you just add this one, and you can see that we can have the activity that Gmail archive email in here already, and you could add. And I will ask the agent. I will save first. Hey, can you archive my email? Yeah, so you were asking me the last one, that's spam. I haven't never using this kinds of like archive, so I just asking the agent. So I will click here, archive the last mail that is identified as spam. Let's see what it come back with. I have no idea actually. Okay, it has been archived. Okay, so this is the last mail archive, and the email ID is something like this. So that's how you take it. And so let me show you. So when you are knowing what instruction is work well with the MCP already, then at this point you can start to creating a workflow. For example, like you will create a workflow that's saying archive last spam email, and you are choosing the action run MCP, and then you choose the connection, which is the one that I just create, Gmail, Sean, June 1, Patrick. Click on this one. And then I choosing the action archive email. And in this instruction, I will just paste this instruction here. I delete the one that I don't need. Oh, okay, sorry, I haven't saved that. Save. And because I would like to make it like a form that I can do over and over again. So what I wanted to do is I replace this one, but I will click on variable. I will map that into the input. I click save. So when I'm done with this workflow, I'm going to here, I will paste here. So I will create a workflow that when I paste whatever text in here, it will go and archive my email. Yeah, so that's it done. Extracting text from PDF file with only image, not readable, but text. Um, so actually for the image, so what I'm suggesting is you can using Gemini. So maybe this is OCR workflow. So we don't have the official action to doing the OCR yet, but I'm thinking that you can still Gemini, ask Gemini, because Gemini having a very good idea about like how you do the OCR. So for example, like this one, you can choose the model, and you can like attach the image to the model. And in here, you can click save. And in this one, for example, like I would delete this input. I would just maybe image to URL, for example. I click save. In this one, I'm going to yeah. Oops, sorry. I'll pass the image to here. Help me to extract info from this image and save. So in here, I'm going to finding say invoice PDF example image. Yeah, kind of like this one. I will save, and I will try. Yeah, so this extract the information already. Like the amount due is 1,699. Is it correct? I'm not sure. I haven't. I'm not even read. Okay, it's correct. 106,066. So because it's not readable, so what I'm doing is I'm going to ask Mia, like, hey, can you help me to create a schema that make this one unreadable and output to a database better. Oh, wait long. Where is it? Just so to everyone know, so we build this one. Help me to build a schema that will extract the valid data from these kinds of packet. So I build we build Copilot in here. All right. So I'm going to copy this schema. Copy, and I'm going back to Gemini, and I'm going here. I will enable response schema. I paste here, and I save. I will try to run it one more time. I run it. Technically, it should output into the schema structure that I wanted. Oh yeah, is not too bad, but I think is it following schema part text? Yeah, so I think this is following the schema of day issue and due date. Maybe something wrong with that. Oh wait, it is actually following. So day issue, due date. No, I think well, Mia got wrong. I think that is something went wrong with this one. Let me check this. Let me check the history. The schema of the invoice. That makes sense. Okay, I think it's look better. It's including the amount due, invoice number, and so on, due to client quantity. Okay, very good. So based on this schema, I'm going to copy all. Okay, copy. And I'm come back to Gemini and I paste back in here. So this is what I mean by I tell to Gemini that this is the schema of the information that I want it to extract from my PDF. So I just save and I will do it one more time. Click run. Okay, I think it's having a good attempt. So let me see if we can do something about that. So for example, like we can do some generating text, like I'm not in here, and I'm going to take the output from the previous step, which is Gemini. So I'm going to take the here. Oh, okay. Maybe let me run step first. Why? Because there's nothing in here. So we run this one step first so that it can have the data extraction from the previous step. And we can select that particular data from the workflow. Okay. Data extract from the file. Like, summary course about this. Save and run again. Okay, while waiting for this one, I'm going to answer for the question from Anton. So how to build agent and workflow. So we are having a good docs about this one. So you can go into docs agent flow as AI. So there's some key concept that you should learn. So we have workflow, we have agent, template, and data. So workflow is basically a kind of like sequence of stuff that you will mimic what is your internal process, something that you anticipate that you will do 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. So you normally will build it yourself, and then you can reusing that workflow as a tool for agent. So for the second question, how can we build that workflow? Actually, we are trying to make it easier by going to, we are creating Mia Copilot. So Mia Copilot is actually our agent that help you to build that workflow. So for example, like if you click on this one and then you click start, and our agent is actually decomposing your request into something that runnable workflow. Yeah, so they are, she's trying to answer, because building a workflow like NAN and so on is not easy. You have to learn a lot of things, and you don't know what it's capable of. So actually we are building Mia Copilot so that she can actually helping you to build that workflow. And workflow is the fundamental core for the automation, where you can like supervise one of step after the other. But for some of the workflow, they can only cover, I think, the small part of the thing that we can control. But in reality, there's a lot of area that we don't know what is the user is going to respond back, and so on. I think there's some error in here. Yeah, maybe let me try one more time. Now let me continue. So in the reality, when we are running the work, some of the time that we are facing the undeterministic use case, where we don't know the user, what they will type in, what they want, and it's kind of like open end. So one of the example is like customer support. We have never, I think since, I think 2017 and so on, we are trying to have a chatbot with a very fixed workflow, and then we just using if and then and so on. So you hard coded part, but those chatbot is not natural, and the user, they maybe not like that a lot, because those are very robot, and they cannot be flexible. So agent, because right now with AI and LM, it have ability to reasoning, so you can build an agent that have more sense, that can interacting with you. So for example, like just like this one, so we are creating an agent named Mia Copilot on AgenticFlow that helping you to build a workflow. We have no idea what kinds of prompt that you are entering in, but we are equip Mia the skill and knowledge so that she can help you to build workflow. So if you take an example to your client, or your company, it's also the same. So instead of like trying to figure it out all of the hard coded part that the user can do, we are switching into describing what is the job description of the agent, because we are like kind of like onboard them as part of our team, right? So you need to give them a name, you need to give them an instruction, you need to give them a knowledge, you need to give them the tool to do. So that is the case. On my laptop on the other side is that, so I cannot see the question right now, but yeah. So I think I can, what I can do, okay, I need to, yeah, I need to switch back and forth between systems. Okay. What is that? Um, okay. Can SCP from other service like run Python? Yes. So we have a lot of like server service like other. Wait. Oh, I haven't changing this stream back to what? Which screen are you seeing? Hmm? Yeah, yeah. I think that this is because we changing a lot of. Let me stop sharing Discord, and I sharing the screen of. Yep, and on YouTube, okay, you can still see it. Yes, so this is Mia, and she can do the work for you. So based on the instruction, she decomposing the workflow to step one, step two, step three to define my like what is the workflow consist of, and then either like brainstorming the keyword or input, and if you're saying proceed, then she will start to creating that. Yeah, I would say proceed. Yeah, and she will try to creating the first workflow. Yep, and when the workflow is done, she actually previewing that workflow for you, and you can modify that, or you can click on create a workflow, and voila, you have a workflow about industry news summary. In here, there is some incomplete configuration that you need to connect, like your key, your Gemini key, but yeah, but basically it's done. You can just type in here, and then you click run, and then the workflow is complete. Okay, let me move to the next one. Work really simple. Okay, thanks, Oliver. I'm glad you like that. And thanks, PC Man, as well. And I know that is a lot to cover. Topic is quite complex. And thanks for being with us. Fincher is work with PDF data too. Yes. So Gemini is very powerful. They can have the PDF data, get even of a PDF, extract data, and push it into it. That's what is already working. So if you are foresee that the PDF that no need OCR like OCR, then you can use in this one. Let me show you. So you can create a workflow from scratch and you set URL to and in this workflow, you will creating a, for example, like what is the workflow? URL to Markdown. So this action is very powerful. It's accepting all of the URL type of like PDF, HTML, docs, and so on. It will pass the data. So, for example, I'm going to maybe I will have a PDF. I will file a PDF like attention is only paper. So this is a very good paper. Foundation of AI. Everything cannot exist without this one. So I'm going to replacing this one with a file to URL workflow. I will download this one and I'm going to drop this one in here as a file to URL. I click save. And in this URL to Markdown, I'm going to add this file to URL into this one. So this action is going to extracting all of the data from this PDF. And what I'm going to do is I'm asking to LM after this, and I'm going to take the output from the URL to Markdown, and I'm telling that, hey, this is extracted text from PDF. Write a blog post about it. I can choose Flash, and I save. Yeah, that's basically it's done. And I just click run, and my workflow is two-step: URL to Markdown and get that data out, write into LM, and you can do more. You can using a Gemini node so that it can transform into a structured data, and then you can use an MCP to Google Sheet, so it can write directly to your Google Sheet. So it's just up to you how you can decide. You can see in here. So the URL to Markdown is going to extract everything, and it's starting to write blog post. All right, let me go back into this. All right. One more thing. Can we update name of Mia like Copilot? Yeah, of course. This is your agent. You can do everything. You can even changing the name, the ID, the thumbnail, and also welcome message and so on. Yes. Will data from invoice available agent flow into variable, or will agent will understand when someone asks for the price? Yeah. So you can reference the data back. So for example, like if I go in here and I'm going to this one and I click on this button, and I will see that there will be a URL, and then I can, for example, I click on this run step. Oh, it's not showing correctly. I think the Google search is easier to show. So Google search is going to returning an array. Uh, yeah, and I will take the input from above, from this brainstorm query to Google search to deep dive. Save using Flash. And in this one, Google search, I'm going to map the query. And I will take the top K, mean there will be 5 messages come back. And in this one, I'm going to change this one. I just save this one first. I will run it from here to here. All right, so the sub result is going to return 5 URL, but sometimes that you will just list one of the URL. So in here, what you can do is you can click on this one, and then you can see JSON path helper. So for the workflow that returning an array or JSON that valid, then you can click on this one. It will show you like you can get the first result with link, with get a title. For example, I will take this link only. This link only. Or maybe I don't need an LM node. I just need an echo node. So echo node is like it will throw back everything that you put into it. So for example, like I'm going to extract the Google URL of the first item in here. So I will click run step. Yeah, so it will get in for me the first URL, extracting from the 5 top from the Google, and you can extract exactly the information that extract out of your PDF, and you can do next step with it. Yeah. Yeah. Will agent will understand when someone asks for price? Yeah, of course. So you can just prompt, because this is going to feedback as an output, and it's going to feed into the agent thread when we are working on as an own possible. Good point. So right now we limited Mia to the built-in action in AgenticFlow only, but we will extending capability of Mia to 10,000 MCP action. But it requires some testing. At the moment, not yet. Can we clone to edit Mia Copilot? You cannot, because it is in out, but it's not something that really complicated. You can go into our docs, and you can go into lm.text, this one. So this is actually the data that we feed to Mia, and just with a little prompting, and Mia can do it. Okay. Yeah. So different between PC Copilot. PC is like a basic with image generation and edit image. Copilot designed to help you build workflow with prompts. Yeah, so that's the answer. When we are working workflow, do we have access to? Anton, you are saying about Discord. What does it mean by that? Yeah. Actually, PC is, how do you say, PC is kind of like not having paid at the moment, because that is like our agent. We are publishing from our workspace for you guys to use for free. Both PC and Copilot is in beta, so we don't charge for that. PC is using a premium action like create email and edit email, but who pay for that? We pay for that because we are publishing that agent to everyone to use. So it will be same in your case. You will build for your customer, your agent, and you will be the one who pay that, and you are just backing everything into your billing to your customer. Yep. All right, I think we are already 20 minutes, more than anticipated. A lot of question. Anything else? Otherwise we can okay, I think everyone is so excited. Have a try. If you go into yeah, thanks, Jay. You can test multi-agent researcher by tagging Rachel in the agentic flow. When if you have a role visionary, so if you bought the tier 4 multi-agent system, you have that role, and then you can just have us to test and see how Copilot is working and Rachel is working. We will bring multi-agent system as UAT for you next week so that you can start to configure that. And there's still a long way to policing this, but we are excited about what is coming. All right, so I think that's it for today. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, Oliver, any last question? Of course. So you can invite Rachel to your own server. Uh, but right now, because it was sponsoring by us, I will drop the link to Rachel. Wait a second. Where is it? Yeah, you can invite Rachel to your server and try. But we will turn her off because it is paying by us from our pocket, I would say. So you can say it. Uh, Uh, so so right now in Q3 already. So we were saying that we plan to have it in second half of the year. So right now we are planning for our upcoming quarter planning. So probably might not able to do in early Q3, but we hopefully that we can look into that somewhere in September and toward the end of the year. We already partnership with Scaleway. I don't know if you know them. Scaleway. They are very big cloud provider. So we already have the direct partnership with them. So they give us some of the compute power. We are trying to provisioning the server. They are lacking of something that we don't have. So we will have, but that is already in our roadmap, and we will make it. Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so we will make it happen. Yes, sure. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's always in the plan. Thanks, Jane Lee. Thanks. This sorry everyone. So this office hour idea is coming from Jay. So she enlightened me that I can make an office hour like this. Before that, I was on one-on-one meeting with everyone like 4 hours per day, and I do not have time to code. But I think I'm glad to spend time with everyone more in efficient way like this one. And yeah, we have video as well. All right. I think that's it. Hopefully you enjoy today, and stay tuned for next week when you can test multi-agent system. Enjoy. Have a good day. Bye bye. Oh, hey, Rohit and Team Spay and everyone. Sorry, we was in mostly in Discord. I didn't notice here, but I hope that you enjoy. And uh, yeah, I will see you in the next office hour next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. in the morning. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day.